Welcome to tonight's game, everybody. We have for you the East Chicago Cardinals and the Lake Central Indians. I'm Bailey Corbett, and joining me is my play-by-play announcer, Jack Thiel. Jack, the Cardinals come in at 11-2, off to a great start. What can they do to continue that?
They're going to have a big scoring offense in my mind. Lake Central is not known for their offense. They're known for the defense. Huppenthal, he plays a very old-school offense, so if you're East Chicago, you want to make Lake Central use their offense. And if it's a shootout, I feel like East Chicago is going to take that.
Definitely. Lake Central coming in with a 5-game win streak. What can the Indians do to extend that streak?
Stick to team basketball. They're a team that really likes to share the ball. Huppenthal always talks about team basketball wins games, and that's true. We know team basketball, we know it's not a one-person sport. It's for a team, and for them, Robar's going to hit those threes in the corner. Smo's going to have to go inside for the 2, and Lauren Ladowski's going to have to get those behind-the-back steals and lay them in for the 2-point.
All right, coming up next, we have the Cardinals against the Indians. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Bailey Corbett, and once again with me on play-by-play is Jack Thiel. Jack, as we were saying earlier, this is going to be a big night for both teams. What do you have to think about that?
Yeah, like you said, both big game for both teams. Once again, Lake Central running a 5-game win streak coming into tonight, and the East Chicago Cardinals are 11-2 coming into tonight. Last loss was their last game to Marquette Catholic, but they're a good team, and also their second loss of East Chicago is Chesterton, who is the number 10 team in the state of Indiana and 10-0 right now. But like we said, for East Chicago, they're just going to have to score a lot of points. And for Lake Central, stick to the fundamental basketball, team basketball, and go inside, draw some fouls, hit some threes by Robards in the corner. And Ladowski's defense is going to have to be key, especially with number 21 for East Chicago, Tyara Jackson, who's probably the tallest girl we've seen so far this year. And it looks like the tip did not go East Chicago's way as they tried to recover it. And they're trying to save it, but it'll be Lake Central ball with 7:57 left.
Yeah, definitely. That Lake Central defense going up against East Chicago's offense, that's going to be a sight to see tonight.
Lake Central lost to East Chicago in the regular season last year, but did beat them in sectionals at Lowell. So both teams had a fair share of wins. And last 4 games between these two opponents, including the playoffs, are 2-2. So trying to take that 5th game and trying to take that series lead. As Kirkwood goes up to Zabrecki. Hands it off to Ladowski. A little loose right there. East Chicago with the steal. And misses the 2. Easy rebound right there for number 1, Genesee Bishop, the 5'8" senior.
Already getting that offense going.
Offensive rebound, second chance points, leads to an easy 2 for the Cardinals. Right there, a tip pass by the number 6'6". And Ladowski airballs the 3. Ladowski once again gets it up top. Behind the back, a little nifty moves right there by the senior. Ladowski up top. Kirkwood with the ball. Kirkwood really known for her defense. Sometimes can hit that shot, hit the 2 floater like we saw last game against Maryville.
That floater was unstoppable, it seems, against Maryville.
As here's the offense, we said that's by Joe Huppendahl. It's really old style, as they like to pass the ball around, go through cuts, and find some inside. Sometimes they call it the Princeton offense if you're in college basketball. And Robards thought about the 3. Almost another steal right there by East Chicago. Ladowski barely gets that back, as East Chicago's playing some physical defense so far.
Definitely. They're looking to attack against this very slow-paced Lake Central offense.
As it's interesting to me for Jackson, the 6'6" junior, she's on Robards, and with that height and length, it's going to be hard for Robards to get that 3 over her head. As Smolin has it inside, goes in the middle of Zabrecki. Zabrecki goes to Kirkwood up top to Ladowski. And Ladowski finds a hole and short.
Nice move, just
and Jackson gets the rebound. Figure we'll see a lot of those rebounds by her.
At 6'6", you got to think she'll be all over the board tonight.
Nia Hurt with the ball was the one who started the game off with the steal. As there's Jackson right there. Jackson can sometimes pull out for that 3 as Genesee Bishop goes to Hurt. Friesen gets the ball. Goes to Bishop. Jackson with the ball. Jackson goes to inside baseline, and looks like there'll be a charge on Jackson. That'll be her first foul and the team's first right there, as that was a charge on her.
It's interesting. No one on Lake Central seems to have the height to match Jackson. It's going to be interesting to see the matchup in the paint tonight.
Smolin and Robards are really the only ones. 5'11", but still.
Yeah, still.
That's a 7-inch difference right there.
Definitely not close to 6'6".
And inches kind of count in basketball, because when you have a long reach, you're able to block that ball. Especially with Robards in the corner 3. Jackson can just jump high and can tip off her fingers, and they can just go for the rebound right there. As Ladowski with the ball up, Lake Central girls, a very young team, even though they do have 6 seniors, as Ladowski goes inside for the 2, is fouled. Will go to the line for 2, and that will be East Chicago's second team foul so far with 5:20 left in the first quarter. It was Hurt's first. Ladowski is first, is up, and hits it. Nice one right there by the senior. Before coming in this game, Ladowski is a 70% free throw shooter, going 44 for 63 right now, 45 for 64. Here's the second free throw to go for 2 for 2, and it's short. Jackson once again with the rebound. Here comes East Chicago pushing the ball.
East Chicago's very
long
quick.
2, and it's splashed right there by number 1, Genesee Bishop. Hits the long range 2, and it's a 4-1 East Chicago lead with 5:06 left in the first quarter.
Definitely very different offensive styles that we're seeing here early.
Yeah, it seems like East Chicago likes to push the ball.
You can see the spacing from Lake Central. They're looking for a good shot. They're not going to try to rush anything.
And looks like that's a foul. Looks like on, I want to say Bishop. No, my bad. That'll be on Nia Hurt. That'll be her second and the team's third. Wadowski showing some behind the back, between the legs crossover moves right now, as it looks like number 24, Jasmine Bonilla, will be coming in for her, who has 2 fouls early in the game. Don't want to foul out early in the game, especially if there can be a late game, because we're expecting a good one here tonight.
Definitely. With the series tied the way it is, I'm expecting nothing short of great out of this game.
Zabrecki, nifty moves by Lake Central so far by the offense, as Robards goes to her left, and for the 2, off, and looks like rebound right there. East Chicago loses it. Zabrecki gets it. We'll go to Kirkwood. Robards in the corner. Ladowski brings up top. Ladowski to point guard, leading in steals and points for the team so far.
Very impressive.
Zabrecki thought about the 3, takes the 3 up, and it looks like it's off, and Jackson will get the rebound. Jackson pushes it. East Chicago for the 2, and it's short, and Zabrecki will get the rebound right there.
Yeah, Chicago not wasting any time on those shots, and they've got the length to get a rebound just in case.
Kirkwood wide open 3 up, and can't hit it. And Smolin had the rebound, but East Chicago just takes it away. Ferguson with the ball, 3 by Bishop, and it's good right there. Deep 3 by the number 1, grade 12, 5'8" senior Bishop, and that was a nice 3 right there.
That was.
As like we said, East Chicago's going to find their offense, and that's what they're doing right now.
Definitely. Looks like Lake Central's a little slow to cover it. I don't know. See what Huppenthal does to fix that issue.
Huppenthal's a little frustrated, you saw over there. Definitely. As Ladowski be going to the line. Went 1 for 2 her first trip there. She has the only team's point right now.
Yeah.
Lake Central has not made a field goal yet, as they've only made 1 free throw. Here's Ladowski's first free throw. It's up and hits it. 2 for 3 so far. Has all the team's points. As it looks like Mathis, the senior, and Jaksich, the sophomore, will be coming in for the Indians. Like we said, Indians might have 6 seniors, but they do have young players that can really take a key role in this game. Ladowski's second free throw's up, and it just bounces out. 2 for 4 so far for the senior. As Bishop pushes the ball up, goes to Jackson. Was not expecting Jackson to even shoot that 3. It's a little deep for her.
That was
deep for anyone, I should say.
Yeah, but she got it down. She looks like all of East Chicago's locked in tonight.
Bishop with the ball. Bishop hit that deep 3. Bonilla with the ball, goes to Jackson. Ferguson with the ball, Jackson. Ferguson thinks about it, goes back to Jackson. Jackson all the way across to Bishop. Bishop 3 again. And she hits it. 2 in a row for the senior, number 1, Janie Bishop. And East Chicago's up to a 10-2 lead with 2:41 left in this first quarter.
It's interesting to see Coach
Wadowski 3.
Coach Kundig.
And she hits it, answers back, and it's 10-5. East Chicago's Wadowski answers Bishop's 3.
Yeah, Coach Kundig of East Chicago, he's looking frustrated. He wants to see this speed up, even though his team is up by 5 points right now.
Lake Central's been open a lot of times. There's Jackson right there just using her height. Goes to Bishop. Bishop, third 3 in a row. And it hits the back end of it. Mathis goes to Ladowski. Ladowski got all that she needs. Goes for the 2. And looks like she is fouled by number 13, Zyhara Ferson, the 5'7" senior. And Ladowski once again will be going to the line. Has all the team's points right now, 5 points.
It's impressive, but yeah, you got to hope out of the rest of these Indians that they can get something going.
East Chicago has 5 team fouls. 2 more will mean a 1-and-1 bonus so far. And Ladowski, it's the first free throw. And the thing about that, Lake Central in the bonus early in this first quarter. Remember that bonus is for the half. So if the bonus can happen in the first quarter and on, that's free throws without time going off the clock. And that's what Lake Central could use. Ladowski goes for the 2 and hits it. 2 for 2.
Definitely could provide some needed offense if they could just draw more fouls.
Ladowski has 7 points so far, all the team's points. Ladowski really carrying her team right now, as, like we said, Lake Central needs to play the team sport, and Ladowski's really doing everything. Bishop for the back 2. And Janine Bishop right now is really showing off her skills.
On fire.
She's hit those 2 threes and hit that 2 and the deep 2. Still right there by Jackson. And there's that length we're talking about, those arms.
Yeah, those arms, she can cut into those passing lanes at will, it seems.
Vanilla with the ball. Can't really find anyone. Bishop with the ball. And it looks like that'll be a foul on Ladowski, her first and the team's first. Little questionable call right there as Huffenthal did not like it.
Oh, almost a really good play there by East Chicago on that inbound.
As goes the Mathis all the way to Ladowski. Probably going to see Ladowski a lot tonight as she is the leader of this team.
And she's showing it.
Huffenthal says her, Robards, and Smolin are the leaders of this team, and they are. They really provide this team. As you see right there, Robards thought about that 3, but you got Jackson right there, and it's really hard to shoot a 3, especially with that high of an arc, and she's not used to it. Robards got that 3. She's wide open. Hits the back end. And Vanilla will not get the rebound. Mathis gets it as it was for grabs, and Mathis with a great awareness and gets the rebound.
It's great thinking by Coach Kundick, putting Jackson on Robards.
Ladowski another 3, hits it.
A great 3-point shooter in Robards. You put that height and length on her. It's going to be a tough night.
2 threes for the senior and 10 points in the first quarter for her, as it's a 12-10 game. And Bishop with the ball up top. Remember, Ladowski has the very quick defensive awareness, can steal the ball easily. Corner, thought about the 3, up to Jackson. And it's interesting to me because, you know, when you usually have a tall girl or guy, you go have the big person, you know, down low. But Jackson's playing up.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the NBA, kind of. You know, they have the big guys that can shoot the 3.
Exactly.
We haven't seen Jackson shoot the 3 yet. She's made great defense, but we never really seen her offense yet.
It seems she's more intent on passing the ball and getting other people open than working in the low post.
But
like
sometimes I feel like she needs to go inside because 7-inch difference. I mean,
exactly. She could have plenty of points in the paint tonight.
Yeah, as Ladowski's going to hold it for the last shot. Ladowski goes for the 2, and it looks like there will be a foul on East Chicago. Nope. Looks like it's a turnover on Lake Central with .2 left on the clock. That's Ladowski's second and team second, and that's not good news if you're Huffenthal.
That's not good news
Second
at all.
foul, and well, it's about to be under the first quarter, but it's up, and it'll be short. And Lake Central, I mean, if you're Lake Central, you got to be happy. You didn't play that great the first quarter. You're only down by 2.
Yeah.
You know Ladowski's tired right now.
It's that leadership of Ladowski. But those 2 fouls, those are definitely going to, if she continues to keep, you know, racking up fouls, it's going to be a rough night. For
you know she's got to be tired after scoring all the team's points in the first quarter. And really the only person we saw really get the ball off was Kirkwood. And she had that wide open 3 and missed it. You had Robards shoot a 3 and missed it. But Ladowski's been really the only one to do something. So really they got to play that team basketball like we said. East Chicago, I really feel like they got to give Jackson. Jackson's got to go inside.
Definitely.
They're
I feel
6'7".
like
I know she doesn't maybe have the body built for going, you know, power inside. But when you can cut inside and get the top pass, you can put up the easy 2 and sometimes get fouled and go to the free throw line.
I think it'd be very easy for East Chicago just to throw a ball up there if she's in the paint and just see what happens.
Yeah, we haven't really seen Robards and Smolin really jump that high this year at all. And Jackson, I remember watching them last year. She really caused trouble until they double-teamed her when they got the ball inside. So I feel like if they really want to start something, I know Bishop's been really doing good right now, but like we said, it's a team game. You can't just play through one player. But it went good for Lake Central, I got to say, in that first quarter. But
yeah,
as you see, Ladowski is not in right now. Madison Dolsky will be coming in the sophomore.
Yeah, both teams seem to be playing through one player, but as you said, it is a team game. You got to see more people getting involved and stepping up.
And it's good right there by number 12, Nia Hurt, the 5'4" senior. East Chicago is making their 3 threes so far tonight. Interesting to see what they do without Ladowski, as Ladowski has been their whole offense.
Yeah, I was thinking the same exact thing.
Kirkwood with that floater like we saw. Small with the offensive rebound. And looks like ball's up for grabs. It'll be a and East Chicago gets it. And there'll be a foul on Smolin. Looks like she made contact going for the ball and hit Nia Hart.
I don't know. Lake Central looks kind of lost out there with Ladowski, and that's understandable considering she does, as you've said, have all the points for this team.
Yeah, Small had a great chance inside. She got inside there, even with Jackson in there.
Yeah, she just couldn't execute.
As you see Jackson right there in the corner, I mean, see, that's what you need to do if you're but the other way, you know what I mean? Like, let's say number 22. That should be 22 in the corner, and that should be Jackson inside.
Yeah, definitely. Unless Jackson starts to show three-point range, I definitely don't think they're going to get a lot out of her playing on the perimeter. As
that jump always on to a Lake Central ball, as the arrow is pointing to them as East Chicago to start the half quarter with the ball. Goes to Robards. Kirkwood with the ball. Dolsky thinks about the three, shoots it, and hits it right there.
There you go.
The sophomore, Madison Dolsky, hits the three to make it a 2-point game. And answers number 12, Nia Hart's three, earlier in this quarter, as it's now a 2-point game. And there we go, some signs without Ladowski and a three by East Chicago. Looks like that was to the left of it.
I feel like Lake Central definitely, I know it's not what they like to do, but picking up the pace, I think, could provide very beneficial.
As there's a travel by Dolsky, looks like she hesitated. Looks like Bishop will be coming in. Looks like for Vanilla. Bishop really one of their key players in that first quarter, hitting 2 threes in those two deep twos.
She definitely looked locked in and ready to play today.
Jackson, she has the range. She has the opportunities. And Bishop's blocked by Kirkwood, and
they're gonna call a foul on that.
Looks like that's a foul by Kirkwood. It's a little questionable right there, I gotta say.
I didn't see too much, but no, I'm not down on the court.
Maybe the contact on the ground, maybe.
Yeah.
As she will be going to the line for two. Bishop, the 5'8" senior.
It'll be interesting to see if she can get it going again here in the second quarter.
And it's good right there, a nice free throw.
Doesn't seem like Lake Central has an answer for her yet.
Definitely not wrong there, as she is the leading scorer for the Cardinals right now. Here's the second free throw. And it's good, 2 for 2 for the senior, as it's 17-13 East Chicago. And Jackson almost with the steal right there. Could have saw a dunk maybe. Breakaway steal right there. Robards with the ball, goes to Mathis. Dolsky with the ball at the wing, takes it up top. Smolin at the wing, up top to Kirkwood. And right now, Lake Central still trying to find some offense.
Yeah.
You know, East Chicago going to come aggressive. They have fouls to give, and they're going to give them until they get that ball back.
Exactly. They've been playing very.
And right there, steal by Jackson. There's that reach. And Jackson might just take this for herself. And right there for the two.
There was that paint offense. I think she definitely could just take over this game.
Too easy for her, looked like, to go in there. As Ladowski checks into the scores table. Kirkwood three. And it's good. Number 22, Taylor Kirkwood, the senior, hits the three to make it a 19-16 game with 5:11 left in this second quarter.
It's interesting. It doesn't really look like Lake Central is doing that much, but they're only down by 4.
And mental mistake right there. That'll hurt you, as looks like Gibbs, Ladowski, and Zabrecki will be coming in. Looks like for Dolsky, Mathis, and Robards. First time we've seen Robards out of this game. First time we've seen Gibbs, the senior, number 12. 5'9", as Ladowski brings the ball up. Looks like on that play at the end of the quarter, she got a little hurt as her elbows wrapped up a little. Interesting to see if that will affect her, though. It's a small injury, but you never know. As Ladowski has it up top. Goes to Zabrecki. As East Chicago's got their 2 tallest players in right now, 6'6" and 6'3". The Jacksons. Maybe they're sisters.
Maybe. I
mean, Tiana and Tyra, both juniors. And last name Jackson. I'm maybe convinced.
You gonna bet on that, Jay?
Twin towers right there.
Twin towers.
If they are.
Both.
Or the sister towers.
Sister towers. They've definitely, They look like giants.
They can create destruction down there.
They look like giants out there. Lake Central does not have the height to match either of them.
No.
The tallest player, as you said, 5'11". It's just the height difference. I think they have to start exploiting that down low.
And right now, Smolin's only 5'11" player out there. Usually it's her and Robards, but Robards is out. As Ladowski has the ball up. And right there, Jackson on Kirkwood. That's an interesting matchup. And right there is a foul on Jackson. Threw her hip out, and that'll be the team's 6th foul as one more result in a 1-1 bonus for the Indians, and that's what they need right now.
Yeah, definitely.
As it looks like, I want to say number 32, Amari Jefferson, will be coming in for Tiana Jackson. So they take out their tallest player for the first time in the game, and we'll see how that goes. As they still have the other Jackson, who is 6'3", though, a 4-inch difference.
Definitely, they still have height out there, even though they took out Tiana Jackson.
And Smolin's out, and Robards has come in for her. So Robards, we know, can shoot the 3. Looks like they got their offense lineup in right now. As Kirkwood can hit the 3, seems Zabrecki hit it. We know Ladowski can hit it, and that's a dangerous pass right there. You can't do that if you're Kirkwood.
Definitely not, especially we've talked about it all night, that height.
Bishop loses it, and looks like they'll be out on Ladowski, as it will be East Chicago ball. And looks like Dolsky will be checking in for Lake Central. And it looks like it's for Ladowski. Interesting right there.
Interesting.
As Lake Central's got a really young and small team right now.
They just need to find something, a lineup that'll work to get them some offense. Right now, they just can't seem to generate it.
Yeah, Dolsky has hit the 3 too. So Bishop with the ball behind the back, nifty move, step back 2, up front, and Jackson with the offensive rebound goes in for the 2, spin move, off. Goes up for the 2, off again, and that looks like that'll be a foul on number 32. Amari Jefferson, the 5'10" junior, and Lake Central now be going to the free throw line for a 1-on-1 bonus, and this is what you need if you're Lake Central.
With 3 minutes on the clock, I think they have to exploit that as much as they can, get as many free points as they can possibly get out of this.
Easy points and no time off the clock.
Exactly.
As Zabrecki will be going online, the sophomore. Interesting article about her when she played her cousin, Megan Zabrecki, Emily Zabrecki, my bad, at Munster. And then she also has another cousin named Tyler Zabrecki. As Lake Central knows him a lot from last year. In my mind, really basically beat the Indians here at Lake Central's home as he went off the best game of his year. And it looks like that Zabrecki, looks like the genetics is working in the basketball field.
Definitely.
As looks like
Very
that's a foul.
Players coming out.
Looks like that's on Zabrecki. Team's 5th. Teams are playing a little physical, but a little rowdy right now as both teams are fouling a lot lately.
I mean, it looks like both teams are just frustrated. Neither team really this second quarter seemed to get anything to go. I mean, you just got to sense that frustration down there on the court.
And Bishop, she'll shoot that 3. We know she will. Definitely. 2 for 3 right now with a 3-pointer.
Yeah, she's good at it. Yeah.
As Fearson with the ball.
East Chicago's definitely, they've slowed down their pace.
Hands it off to Hurt. Hurt thinks about the 3. Pearson goes in the baseline, goes back to Hurt. And a little fake pass right there. Almost didn't go good right there. And step back. Janine Bishop had the 3, and then that looked like a travel almost right there.
It was.
She always go with their gut instinct.
Definitely. It was. I think she should have just taken the 3. She's had plenty. She's, at least from what we've seen in the first quarter, she's able to knock that down consistently. I think she definitely should have just taken it.
Maybe she just had some doubt with Kirkwood really on her right now. As there's a travel right there by Amari Jefferson, and it looks like Smolin and Ladowski will be coming in for Gibbs and Dolsky.
You got to give credit to Lake Central on defense. They've slowed down this East Chicago team greatly, and it seems to be hurting them.
So now you got 4 seniors and 1 sophomore, but that sophomore, Zabrecki, plays like a senior in my mind, has the leadership. Played last year a lot as a freshman, and now as a sophomore, looking to get her minutes up and her playing and her stats, I should say.
Yeah.
And she is a great player, and she's great for the future here.
Lots of experience.
And Kirkwood for a floater too, and it's good off the glass.
Just like that, we have a tie game.
Right there is that Kirkwood too we've been talking about. She needs to get inside, and she can take care of the rest.
That floater she has is, at least from what I've seen in previous games, it's unstoppable. She definitely knows how to knock that shot down. She needs to start taking more of them. We need Lake Central needs someone to start going on offense with Ladowski.
And Bishop with the ball Goes in for the 2, floater. That looks like it was off. Jackson blocked, and that's a foul on Smolin. Team 6. As the Jackson will be going to the line. The 6'3 Jackson. Jackson will be going to the free throw line. First one's up, and it's front off. Jackson can't take the lead, as Gibbs will be coming in for Smolin.
This is a neck-and-neck game. Lake Central stepped up their defense, like I said earlier.
Second one's good. 2019 Lady Cardinals with 1:11 left, as Vanilla and another Jackson comes in for East Chicago. East Chicago's got 3 Jackson, Tiara, and Tikara. Tikara's a 5'6" senior, though.
Definitely the shortest of the bunch there.
Yeah, by a foot.
A whole foot difference between Tiana and Takara.
Kirkwood, 2, and the travel right there. Looks like she tried to go Euro step, but the travel got in the way of it. As East Chicago has the 1-point lead with 1:01 left. As Ladowski comes out, and it looks like Mathis will be coming in. Bishop with the ball. Kirkwood and Bishop's been a great matchup so far. Like we said, Kirkwood's got that great defense, and she's showing it right now.
You can see it right there.
And she loses it. Mathis has the steal and loses it. And that'll be a jump ball, I want to say. Yep, jump ball, which will be, I want to say, it will be East Chicago's ball. So Lake Central with a chance right there to take the lead. Mathis loses the ball, and East Chicago forces the jump ball, and will get the ball left with 35 seconds left. And it's almost steal right there by Lake Central. Bishop gets it. Bishop up top with the ball. The 5'8" senior. Bishop 3. And it just bounces out right there.
Lake Central has a chance here.
Looked like there was some contact on that 3.
Yeah.
Looked close 3 though. As Lake Central might just hold it. Try to take the lead to go into halftime. That's a great momentum boost if Lake Central. Becky goes in for the 2. Was fouled right there by number 23, Tikara Jackson. And sometimes you just got to do that. You know,
you can't let the other team get those easy layups.
Yeah, your coach tells you, I'd rather have them foul than them getting easy 2.
Exactly.
And Zabrecki, she could miss one of these, and instead of getting that easy 2.
Exactly. You got to hope that they miss one.
And a side note,
can't settle for those
East Chicago does have 2.7 left if they do get the ball back. Zabrecki's first one's up, and it's good. Nice one right there.
Definitely a chance for offense for East Chicago. They've shown they're quick.
Here's Zabrecki, can take the lead for the Indians. Up, and it's good. Lake Central takes the lead, and East Chicago's just going to hold it. And that is the end of the first half, 21-20. Lake Central. Zabrecki, 2 late free throws, takes the lead for the Indians. I'm Jack Steele. With me is Bailey Corbett. And we'll be right back after this halftime.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Bailey Corbin. With me, my play-by-play commentator, Jack Thiel, back for the second half of this very close game between the Lake Central Lady Indians and the East Chicago Lady Cardinals. Jack, we saw a lot of great defense from Lake Central in the second quarter. Definitely, in the first quarter, we saw a very fast-paced offense from East Chicago, but it looks like Lake Central stepped it up. What do you think they have to improve on to maybe come away with a win here?
Team basketball, once again. Ladowski has 10 to 21 points for the Indians right now, and they just got to play like a team, fundamental basketball. And for East Chicago, I really feel like they had a lot of chances to score, and they've blown in. Zabraki, corner three. Just holding with the offensive rebound, goes for the two and hits it. And it's going to be a ref time. And it looks like there's an injury. Looks like it's on Jackson.
No, she's limping.
Interesting right there. I haven't really seen it. As Amari Jefferson come in. As Small got the offensive rebound, put in the easy two to make it a three-point game. Just before that ref timeout had just happened. All the way across. That's a dangerous pass by Hurt. Hurt goes for the two. In the end, one by Hurt. My bad, that is Fearson. Fearson with the two and trying to make it a three-point play.
It's interesting. It seems like Lake Central has been down and out for most of this game, yet somehow they are still in the lead by one.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's really like they haven't really been in this game, but
definitely
they're winning by one.
It's
as here's Fearson try to complete the three-point play and tie the game early in this third quarter. Up, and it rolls out.
It might just be the slow pace that Lake Central plays, but I don't know. It's hard to believe that they are ahead in this game.
And it's off. Kirkwood with the offensive rebound, floater two, and it's good right there by Kirkwood. There's the two right there by the senior, number 22, Taylor Kirkwood. As Lake Central responds to Fearson's two-pointer. Hurt with the ball. Hurt really can't find anyone. Goes to Jackson. In the corner, Fearson. Fearson inside for the two. Nope. In for the two. Will not get the and one, but will be going to the line for two. Number 32, Amari Jefferson, the 5'10 junior, listed as a forward/center.
I thought in the second half, I thought that East Chicago would make the switch to start playing Jackson in the paint more, but it seems like she's still just sitting out on the perimeter.
There must be something that we don't know.
Yeah.
First free throws up, and it bounces out.
She's really not producing anything on the perimeter, even though it seems like with her height advantage, she would be able to produce in great amounts in the paint.
She had that layup too,
yeah,
which was pretty easy when she went inside. She's been all defense so far. Second free throw will be up. And cannot hit it. 0 for 2 right now.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jack. There must be something that we don't really know going on there.
But if I were a coach, I'd put her down there.
Exactly.
I'd use that height against Lake Central. I mean, that's what you do when you have a big height difference. Kirkwood with the ball goes to Ladowski. Ladowski brings it back up, goes all the way across to Brecky. Robards in the corner. Goes to Brecky to Ladowski. Ladowski up top, the senior, number 1. Gibbs with the ball. Inside is Zabrecki. Zabrecki almost loses it. Gibbs goes inside for the two and is off.
A little too strong on that one.
Looks like she didn't have the right angle and she did a little too much, like you just said, as East Chicago get the ball back, and there's Bishop. Pass that wasn't really controlled that good as Hurt has the ball. Goes to Bishop. Bishop, deep three, and air balls.
She was so hot in the first half. We gotta.
I feel like she a little too careless right there.
Yeah.
A little too trigger happy right there.
But if you're East Chicago, you gotta hope that air ball is not a sign for things to come for her.
I know you're down by 3, but it's 5:42 left in this third quarter. You do not need to shoot a deep three.
Definitely you don't have to force a shot. You
don't need to score big chunks at a time. Just go bits and bits, and it should work out for you. As Zabrecki and steal right there by Hurt.
Very nice steal.
East Chicago with the number games. Hurt for the 2, and it's fouled by Ladowski. That's her third. And the team's third foul in this quarter.
And for Lake Central, you really don't want to see Ledowski get into
That's
too
her
deep
third
of foul,
foul.
too deep of foul trouble. When your main producer goes out with foul issues, that just, you got to think it'll be the end for Lake Central. But unless someone else on this team can step
That's the
up.
first free throw as Dawson will be coming in for Ledowski. Ledowski started that game so hot, then got hurt at the end of the play. Has just been fouling lately.
Yeah.
Second free throw, made the first to make it a 2-point game. See if he can make it a 1-point game, and it's good. 25-24 for the Lake Central Indians. Dawski brings the ball. We've seen bits and bits of her this game. Hit a 3 up top and just loses it right there. A little too hard from Kirkwood, but sometimes you just got to catch that one if you're Dawski.
It seemed like she had a good hand on it. Maybe just a little bit too hard on the pass. But either way, offensive mistake they just can't afford.
As Hurt will bring the ball up. And Jackson's a little down low if you kind of notice it. Right there. See, posting up right there. Goes back. That's a great play right there. Goes in for the 2. And it's off. Jackson inside. Rebound. Does not get it. And jump ball. That'll be East Chicago ball. She didn't make it, but still, that was a great play. You go inside to her, then she passed the ball back out, and sometimes that can result in a 3. But see when you put her inside there, look at right there. She goes right over her head as they go to Jackson. And it'll be a foul on East Chicago. Might be illegal screening.
That's on Jackson, yeah.
As with East Chicago and Lake Central playing right now, they've had a history in rivalries, not just girls basketball and boys. As a lot of you viewers might remember, sometimes we have fans watching, to the sectional championship last year in the boys game at East Chicago, Lake Central against East Chicago. And we lost, but still, great game. East Chicago and Lake Central always have really great basketball games against each other. As Lake Central beat East Chicago here in the regular season in boys. The girls lost against East Chicago here in regular season. But the girls won in postseason, but the boys lost in postseason. Interesting right there.
Yeah, definitely.
As Zabrecki's 3, and it's good. The sophomore, number 3, Sarah Zabrecki, hits the 3 to make it a 28-24 game.
I mean, it looks like this one is shaping up to be another one of those very great games between Lake Central and East Chicago. You know, it's neck to neck. It's just, it'll be interesting to see.
Hurt 3, and bounces out.
Can't respond there. But it'll be interesting to see who steps up and takes over this game.
Kirkwood with the ball. Looks like she's getting a little double team right now. Dawski with the ball up top. Looks like East Chicago's playing a mixture of man and zone. Dawski 3, and it's good.
There you go.
Dawski hits the 3 to make it a 31-24 game.
Lake Central starting to heat up on that perimeter.
And the Indians are on a 6-0 run by 2 threes. And Dawski once again hits a 3 for the Indians and really making a key spot right now as she's replacing Ledowski, as Ledowski is with the 3 fouls. As Bishop with the ball, and it looks like that'll be a foul on Kirkwood. Team's 4th. And it seems like right there, seems like Bishop likes to go hard inside, and sometimes it can create fouls.
Yeah, she's done that all night, getting good results out of it.
As it looks like that'll be a timeout. Looks like it's by East Chicago, trying to figure out how to get out of this funk as Lake Central is up by 7, the biggest lead of the game for them.
It's interesting. You see hit those threes, you got to assume they're heating up out there. And it was interesting, in the first half, they had Jackson on Robards, one of Lake Central's great 3-point shooters, and completely shut her down. So I feel like if you're East Chicago, putting Jackson to play that perimeter defense might be beneficial for you.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. And plus, Jackson, when she's inside, she can get fouled. And Lake Central has 14 fouls with 3:30 left in the third quarter. Getting to that line is very pivotal. As we've seen in the boys' games, the opposing team gets to the line, starts a little comeback and a comeback and a comeback. Because those free throws score points without time going off the clock, and that's a key thing to your offense. I mean, that's a dream if you're an offense.
Yeah, if you can start putting points on the board without risking any time loss,
especially if you're losing.
Yeah, especially if you're down, like East Chicago is here. Definitely, if they can get into the bonus, I think if they use it correctly, we could definitely see a comeback here by East Chicago.
Hey, it will be like East Chicago ball. My bad on that. Jackson with the ball will be passing it in. Goes to Hunt. Goes all the way to Fearson. Looks like Lake Central's playing a 3-2 zone. Looks like maybe a man now. And another illegal screen right there. 2 in a row for the Lady Cardinals as Lake Central once again get the ball from a East Chicago mistake / turnover. Second team foul as Dolsky brings the ball up. Coming back from that 3 she hit to make it a 7-point game. Mathis goes off the pick, goes to Zabrecki. Dolsky goes to Mathis. Zabrecki thinks about the 3. Goes to Gibbs. Gibbs goes to the Robards. Robards got the 2 and will be fouled by Jackson. Team's third. And Robards will be going to the line for 2 free throws. That's a mistake right there because as you saw, she leaned over and can't do that really. But when you're tall like that, you just put your hands straight up.
And you'll probably end up with a block.
And bounces out right there. Takes a Lady Cardinal bounce as Jackson will be coming out. Looks like number 32, Amari Jefferson, the 5'10" junior, will be coming in for her. Robards missed the first free throw.
We've seen
second one's up.
Sloppy plays on both offense and defense now.
8-point game for the Lady Indians. You got Fearson, Bishop with the ball up top. Fearson in the corner. Fearson, a little nifty crossover.
Yeah.
Goes inside for the 2 Euro step, blocked by the rim, and will be fouled right there. Looks like by number 3, the sophomore Zabrecki. That'll be the team's 5th, and 2 more result in a 1-1 bonus.
More get that bonus, especially, you know, they're only in the 3rd quarter here. If they get the bonus now, I think it'll definitely be probably the most beneficial thing the Cardinals can get going on offense, because it doesn't seem like anyone is hitting any shots out there for them.
Here's Jefferson's first. It's good. Looks like number 21 for the Indians, Taylor Jackson, will be coming in, but after this, before that, we'll have a timeout by the Indians. Huppenthal wants to talk over his team. You are up by 7, but still you don't want the Lady Cardinals to come back, because when a team has a momentum when they're coming back, it's pretty hard to stop, I'd have to say.
Yeah. Huppenthal, I would assume he has to be talking about the foul issue, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Only 2 away from the bonus, and you're getting near the final stretch here.
And Ladowski, don't forget, has 2, I mean not bad, 3 fouls. And you know they're going to try to draw some more fouls on her because she's been the key part of the offense, even though she hasn't played that much. But still, she really started that Lake Central run in the 1st quarter by scoring all their points in that 1 quarter.
Yeah.
So you just got to watch the fouls if you're Lake Central. Just keep your hands up, move your feet. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, the defense they've been completely shutting down East Chicago shooters. I just think they've got to hold on, make sure not to get too aggressive to ensure they don't get any more fouls called on them. And I think they have a very good shot of winning this and pulling it out. But it'll be interesting to see how the Lady Cardinals respond to that.
As Jefferson will be going to the line, made the first free throw. Lake Central called a timeout. See if she can make the second free throw to make it a 6-point game with 2:18 left in this 3rd quarter. And also by the refs, and here's Jefferson. Made the first. Second one is up, and it's bounces out. Robards with the defensive rebound. Goes to Dolsky. Dolsky will bring the ball up for the Indians. Robards goes in the corner of Jackson. Robards once again with the ball. All the way across to Dolsky. Up top to Mathis. Jackson with the ball. Almost hit the ref right there. Dolsky goes all the way across Jackson. Robards in the wing. Looks like whoever gets the ball for Lake Central, East Chicago's going to try to double team and create some havoc. She'll shoot that three if she's open. Lake Central can trigger it. And tip right there, but still seemed like they had no movement at all. Jackson open for that three. She takes that three and airballs it. And Lake Central gets the offensive rebound. Gotta get those East Chicago, especially right now, down by 7. Mathis thought about the three.
Yeah. Inside
Jaksic, Dalsky goes to Robards at wing. Corner. Another three by Jaksic. And it's good.
Good job by Lake Central there, exploiting that double team defense. By finding the person open.
Airballed that first three.
She did.
Straight cash on that second three, as it's a 10-point game. Largest lead for both teams, as there's 55 seconds left in the third quarter. Inside right there, blocked by Mathis. Dalsey's got the number games. Dalsey brings the ball up. Jaksic with the ball and had the three right there. There's that team basketball right there. Goes to Mathis up top. Robards with the ball. Gibbs goes to Dalsky. Robards with the ball. Top of 20 seconds left. Lake Central might just hold this for the last shot for the quarter.
Makes sense. Don't risk East Chicago scoring any more points in this quarter. Just try to hold it. Make sure you get that last shot.
7 seconds left. Robards with the ball. And fouled right there.
Yeah, bad foul.
That's a mistake right there for East Chicago. That's 3 free throws.
Yeah, I get you definitely don't want to have Robards, a great three-point shooter, take that open shot, but you can't foul her.
That was a loud slap, I have to say.
It was definitely, no doubt on the contact there.
3 free throws right now, and this can be big for Lake Central. First one's up and bounces out. Got to take advantage of that one.
Definitely. If you get 3 free throws, you got to take advantage, make all of them.
Second free throw's up, and it's good. 1 for 2 so far. Has 1 more free throw. Here's his 3rd free throw, and it's good. 2 for 3 as Lake Central takes a 12-point lead. And looks like they'll be done in the third quarter. Lake Central's defense really playing a key role right now, as I want to point out some facts right now.
Of course.
As East Chicago averages about 56.2 points a game, and right now they're at 25 going into the fourth quarter.
That's that.
Lake Central kind of under normal pace. They average about 48. Lake Central is number 45 in the state of Indiana. East Chicago is number 81, nationalized. Don't count out national rankings. Lake Central's 1,049. East Chicago's 2,024. Not there yet.
They've got some room to improve.
As East Chicago is 5-1 on the road, Lake Central is 3-1 at home. Your leaders for this team, basically Tiana Jackson leads the team in everything. Points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. Points for Lake Central, Ladowski with 12.6. Rebounds, Smolin averaging about 6.6. And Ladowski leads the rest with assists and steals.
I feel like that's the main thing. Lake Central has shut down Tiana Jackson. You've definitely not seen that level of production out of her this game.
East Chicago plays in the Great Lakes standings. They are first right now, 2-0 in their conference. Hammond Morgan up there too with 2-0. Great matchup between those two teams when they play. Lake Central is third in the DAC. First is Chesterton, who is just on fire right now, as they are the number 10 team in Indiana, 10-game win streak, and 3-0 in the conference. Second is LaPorte. Third is your Lake Central Indians. So big game for Lake Central. Lake Central plays next this Friday night here at home. Coaches versus Cancer Night against the Crown Point Bulldogs. Crown Point Bulldogs, always a rival for the Indians. No matter what sport, the Bulldogs always like to rough things up with us. For East Chicago, they will be playing Maryville in 10 days, and then go to Zionsville. So Maryville, we saw them here, not the best team, made some mental mistakes.
Definitely.
So it looks like East Chicago will play a great game there and tune them up. Great momentum boost as we get started in this fourth quarter. Kirkwood goes to the corner with Zabrecki.
Yeah, if I'm not wrong, Chesterton is just absolutely on fire for both boys and girls right now. They've shown.
Interesting about the boys is old girls coach, Mark Urban, is the coach for that team.
Oh, I was not aware of
So,
that.
you know, it's going to be interesting when the boys come here to Chesterton. It's kind of a homecoming for Urban, even though I've seen him here sometimes, but still, coaching against Lake Central, even though it's not, you know, girls, but still.
He won the NWI Times Coach of the Year.
Yes, he
award
did. Played
a
at
couple years
Indiana
back.
State basketball. Won the DAC here, Lake Central, always up top on the DAC, but this year it might be in question, I gotta say. Chesterton's a good team. Lake Central did lose to them already this year by 4 at Chesterton. So if they do play again, I'd love to see that matchup, but I don't know if they will. They're only 1 game out, but Chesterton is on fire. They are just, I haven't seen them play, but I mean, if they're 10-0 and 10 in Indiana,
yeah,
I mean, it means
in
something.
the whole state, yeah, that's an impressive stat right there.
As Ladowski goes to Kirkwood. Kirkwood goes to the left on the baseline, floater 2, and it's good right there. Kirkwood with the floater 2, and Lake Central extends its lead to 14 with 7:03 left in this 4th quarter.
With Ladowski out, Kirkwood has been the person to step up and replace her in
3,
scoring.
and it's off, and looks like offensive rebound right there by East Chicago, and looks like that'll be a foul on Zabrecki. That'll be team 6. And that's Zero Zabrecki's 3rd foul, so Lake Central in some foul trouble, I have to say.
Yeah, especially with just about a little under 7 minutes. That's plenty of time for East Chicago to work with the bonus if they get that 7th foul.
We've seen comebacks being blown here. Talk about the boys team. Blown a 19-point lead. 14 with 6:43 left. East Chicago, we know can hit threes. 1 more foul results in a bonus. I'm not saying it's over yet.
No, definitely not.
42, and it's good right there. That could be a start to the boosting right there. East Chicago called a timeout.
Yeah, definitely. East Chicago may be down by 12 on the scoreboard, but they've got, if they get that 1 more foul, they're in the bonus. They can work with that, get plenty of free points without wasting any time on the clock. East Chicago is definitely not out of this game yet.
The only thing I don't like about that timeout is you just scored a point and you might have just found something.
Yeah.
And now you're giving Coach Huppenthal a chance to maybe have a defensive plan for it instead of, you know, not just yelling out what he's saying, but now he's in the huddle and he can say, okay, we saw them expose this and this, and now we can stop that. So I really don't agree with that timeout call. Maybe just get a fresh breath, you know, because they are down by 12 and they're going to have to be running and running and running, as they could be putting on a press right now because they want to create havoc, and that's how you do it. Start off with the press because I bet you Lake Central isn't really prepared for the press against East Chicago tonight. There is the press by East Chicago.
The first time we've seen it.
And right there, see? Right there, Robards up in the middle.
Again, to comment on your whole timeout situation, it can also be a big killer of momentum. So
double team right there, and timeout by Huppenthal. Great call right there by the coach. The 2nd-year coach here at Lake Central. Took his team to the sectional semifinals and lost to Gary Westside last year. Won the DAC, only lost 1 game at home, and that was literally the last game of the year against a very good top 10 team in Indiana, St. Joe's. Remember that game here? I was commentating it. Lost on, basically took the final shot as Lake Central. I'm pretty sure lost by 1 or 2, but Huppenthal knows what he's doing here. They brought him in for a reason, and that's the reason why for winning. And last year he did that, and this year they might not have the best record, but they did start off with a tough schedule. And as I'm pretty sure, 3 or 2 of their losses are to top 20 teams in Indiana. They did start off with the tournament here. They lost that first game, but that was a great team. I think they're number 8 right now. Chesterton, number 10. You have to go to Chesterton. That's a hard one right there.
Definitely a hard game for them.
But you know, Lake Central in their regular schedule on a 5-game win streak.
Yeah, you know, it's hard to lose a coach like Urban, as we said earlier. But to replace him with someone just, in my mind, just as
Brecky,
good.
3, and it's good. Straight cash right there.
Just as good in Huppenthal. I feel like the Lady Indians here are pretty set with their coach right now. Definitely showing some impressive signs early in his career.
Zabrecki with that straight cash 3 as Lake Central extends its lead, and Jackson and Robards with the steal.
Definitely not what
all the way across. Solon's got all she wants, and she's fouled right there by Ferson. And Small looks like she will be going to the line for 2 free throws to try to extend the lead.
It just, in the second half, it doesn't even look like the same East Chicago team. You know,
no, it really seems like that Huppenthal gave his team a great talk to try to exploit East Chicago, as there will not be a shooting foul. Looks like there was foul on the ground, and both teams have 16 fouls. So next foul for either team will result in a bonus. As Ladowski passes the ball in. Oh, and Lauren Smolin catches him sleeping and cannot take advantage of it. Is blocked twice. Nasir right there. Smolin for the 2. Lays it in right there. The offensive rebound right there by number 44, the senior Lauren Smolin. Puts in the 2, and Lake Central extends its lead to 17 with 5:27 left in this quarter.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about what could happen if East Chicago gets into the bonus, but same thing applies for Lake Central. If they can get into the bonus
extend
with 5
the
minutes,
lead.
they can just extend this lead.
And a foul by Zabrecki, and now East Chicago will be in the bonus.
There it is.
I want to say that's Zabrecki's 4th. That is her 4th, and she'll be coming out, and Mathis will be coming in for her. As here's Fearson with the 1-on-1 bonus free throws. East Chicago, the Lady Cardinals, down by 17 with 5:17 left, trying to create some comeback. And out. And Smolin with the rebound. Ladowski is in and brings the ball up. What a pass to Kirkwood. Kirkwood goes for the floater 2 and hits it right there. Taylor Kirkwood puts in her signature floater 2. And Lake Central now has a 19-point lead. And East Chicago right there in easy 2 looks like for Bishop.
If you're East Chicago, you have to hit those free throws now. Like, since you're in the bonus, those are free, easy points you can be getting.
Yeah,
you can't miss that opportunity.
I just want to go back real quick to that Ladowski pass to Kirkwood.
That was
perfect hole, and Kirkwood found her signature floater too, and resulted in 2 points as Kirkwood has the ball right now. Goes Ladowski. Looks like East Chicago's winning a double team on Ladowski has a 2. Inside of Smolin, what a pass, and what a sequence of plays right there. As Smolin puts in the easy 2 to make it a 19-point game. And Ladowski is just passing amazing right now. And here's Ladowski with the steal. That's what we're talking about, the steal. You got Jackson on her, and it's blocked.
Lake Central looks like they're ready to completely close this game out. Almost up by 20 points now.
Ladowski really finding those holes.
Just back-to-back great passes. Great assists.
Robards goes in for the 2. Oh, not fouled. Fearson with the rebound. Fearson drives it. And looks like that's a foul on Kirkwood. We'll be going to the line once again for a 1-on-1 bonus. That's her 3rd too. Like Central really playing rowdy defense, I have to say, right? Even though they've only given up 29, but still fouling a lot.
I mean, if East Chicago can't capitalize on these free throws.
As here's the first that's up, and it's good right there for Fearson, number 13.
Yeah, if East Chicago can't capitalize on the free throws, Lake Central can just take advantage of that and play that aggressive defense, make sure they don't score any.
As Gibbs will come in for Robards. Fearson made the first. Seconds up. And it looks like there's a violation. Looks like she stepped on the line. That's a mental mistake right there. As it looks like number 20 for East Chicago, Kayla Washington, first time we've seen her, the 5'2" sophomore. Will be coming in, looks like for number 12, Nia Hurd, the 5'4" senior.
Yeah, we've seen
and looks
plenty.
Like there'll be a timeout.
Plenty of those mental mistakes on East Chicago's side. And if you're trying to come back in the game, you can't have it.
As it's an 18-point game with 4:15 left. Lake Central, like we said, trying to extend its win streak to 6 games. East Chicago trying to get 10 games over 500 by going 12-2 their first 14 games, which would be a great start to this season. And for East Chicago, it's really, they've been making mistakes, I have to say, because free throws and, you know, they had chances. I mean, Lake Central is fouling a lot, and they just need to, like, take advantage of that, but they haven't. We really haven't seen Jackson. I mean, to be honest, I'm not going to lie. I expected a lot from her.
Especially if she leads in every, statistical category, I expected a lot of production out of her. But
yes, she does.
I'm not a coach, but I definitely think she has not been used the way she could be.
12.4 points and 9.3 rebounds. We've seen the rebounds, but we've not seen a point. I think we've seen only 2 points so far and about 6 rebounds.
And that was on that fast break layup.
Yeah, and that was an easy one. We haven't really seen her. We've seen her challenge, but we have never seen her overcome that challenge, I got to say.
I mean, averaging.
It's really been the Janine Bishop show for East Chicago.
Yeah, definitely. With those threes she's been able to knock down, definitely. But yeah, averaging close to a double-double there. It's no small feat, but Lake Central really has just shown that they are defensively, they're ready for this team.
As Gibbs with the ball goes all the way to Mathis. Mathis brings the ball up, spin move, goes nice pass, bounce pass to Gibbs. Up top to Ladowski. Lake Central might just hold on to the ball as long as they can.
It'd be the smart move. You know, you're up by 18, but there's still 4 minutes left. East Chicago still could find a way. So, smart idea by Lake Central to hold on to this ball.
Kirkwood with the ball goes behind to Mathis. Mathis double team. And turnover right there. That'll be a foul on Mathis. East Chicago wants to be going, once again, be going to the line for a 1-on-1. Next foul is on the double bonus, which is 2 free throws for the Cardinals. So, I mean, I know you're down by 18, but still, double bonus. I mean,
definitely they can. We just haven't seen them hit the free throws.
It's very unlikely.
Very unlikely, but you know, it's been an issue all game. They can't make their free throws.
Never know what can happen though.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna say they're done unless it's down by 30 with like 10 seconds left. But I mean, they can do it. I've seen the threes. Bishop's really got to step up, and East Chicago makes their first free throw. They're just gotta make their free throws like we're just talking about.
Exactly. They have the range. They have the pace. It's just the execution. That's what it all comes down to. And right now, it's not there.
As here's the second free throw, and it's off a little short to the left. Ladowski with the ball. Looks like the double team did not work, and there's a foul right there by
hard foul.
Number 13, Zahara Frinson, the 5'7" senior. And it looks like Ladowski will be going to line for the 1-on-1 bonus. And it looks like, I want to say, Hurt will be coming in for number 20, Kayla Washington.
This game it's been all Lake Central defense, really.
First free throw's up, and it rolls out. And Small cannot get the rebound. And Jackson steps out of bounds.
Another mental error. You just got to know where you are on the court.
As it'll be Lake Central ball, 3:28 left, and that could have just iced it right there. You're Chicago.
Because now Lake Central can hold on to that ball as long as they want.
And Washington will be coming back in for her. Kirkwood will be passing the ball in. Goes to Zabrecki. Kirkwood's open in that corner.
Yeah, just couldn't see over that double team.
Jackson in a tough spot right there, as should have covered both Small and Kirkwood. So goes to Kirkwood all the way across the Robards. Robards just loses it right there. Got to catch those if you're like
definitely.
I know you're up by a lot, but still. Mental errors can get in your head, and it can do damage.
Yeah, you can't slow down just because, you know, there's not a lot of time left and you're up by 17.
Getting in the opponent's head is really a big thing. It can really cause confusion.
Yeah.
And there we go, Jackson right there. The other Jackson.
If you, if East Chicago starts forcing that sloppy play on Lake Central, then even though there are 3 minutes left, you know, I feel like if they get in Lake Central's head, they have a chance to close that gap and close it quickly.
As Jackson will be shooting to number 22, the 6'3" junior. First one's up, and it's good. Cuts it down to a 16-point lead with 3:02 left in the fourth quarter. Second one's up, and it's all. And that should be a foul right there. That's a jump ball. Kind of looked like she wrapped her around.
Definitely looked like a foul from up here. I don't know. Maybe the ref was just at an angle where it looked different, but yeah.
Now East Chicago gets the ball back. Yeah, it kind of looked like she just wrapped her around, but still, now East Chicago gets the ball back. Got to hit a 3 right here. No, right there, Jackson. That's what you need to do. And
she loses the ball.
Falls down. Dowski's got the ball. Baseline, loses it. Zabrecki with it. Zabrecki will just take it back out.
Well, Lake Central just needs to slow down the pace now. They don't need to.
They got to play their pace.
Yeah,
it's their game now.
You know, you don't have to make a shot here.
Don't play the tying. Don't play the tying game. Play your game. As double team right there.
Right there.
Kirkwood's right there for the 2. Does not take it. As I feel like they're just going to try to hold on the ball. Kirkwood had the easy floater too. As it looks like that's on Jackson as she swipes and hits it.
Now, even though Kirkwood was wide open there in the paint, I feel like it was a right, smart decision to just pass out, take as much time as you can off that clock. Try to avoid the comeback from East Chicago as much as you can.
Small will pass the ball in. Goes to Zabrecki.
Almost got the backcourt there.
And looks like they're just going to be fouling right now. As Zabrecki goes to the line for a 1-and-1.
If Lake Central is able to make their free throws, I think this game just might be out of reach for East Chicago. With 2 minutes left.
These free throws will just probably ice the game.
Exactly.
Here's Zabrecki's first free throw. And it's good. 17-point game with 2:16 left. Lake Central just scored over their average. Average 48.7 at 49 as that bounces out and Jackson with the rebound. Jackson brings the ball up.
Yeah, even though
all the way in the corner to Hunt. Hunt goes baseline for the 2. That's a high arc one. Ooh. Off. And can't really see that one. Looks like Lake Central got the ball. It looks like that's fouling East Chicago.
Yeah. Even though Lake Central didn't make both free throws there, I feel like the 1 might have just been enough to put it away.
Looks like that's on her. That's her 5th, too. Her and Fearson are combined for 10 fouls.
Sloppy play on defense.
As this will be the last 1-on-1 bonus for the Indians. Its next foul result in a double bonus. As here's Zabrecki's first 1-on-1 free throw. Made 1 out of 2 last time. And bounces out. Jackson with the rebound. Jackson hands it off. Jackson with the ball at baseline. Jackson goes crossover. Almost loses it. Jackson 3. First 3 we've seen from her. Almost goes in, out. Ball's tipped around. East Chicago loses it. Gibbs with the rebound. Zabrecki gets it, and that could just ice the game right there.
I'd say that's it right there.
That could be all she wrote here at Lake Central High School tonight.
Lake Central can take all the time they want now.
As Gibbs has the ball, almost loses her footing right there. East Chicago steals it. Jackson with the ball. Euro step 2, and misses it. Looks like she traveled right there, though.
Yeah, it looked like 3.
Lake Central with the steal. And timeout by Huppenthal with 1:17 left. Looks like sloppy play from both teams at the end of the game, but it seems like Lake Central's going to come out here with the W. And studying that win streak to 6 games and going 8-4 in the Friday's Coaches Against Cancer game against the Crown Point Bulldogs.
Big game there on Friday.
Conference game. Of course, Lake Central plays in the Dual Athletic Conference, the DAC for short. Lake Central trying to win that once again. Won it here last year against Valpo, as that was a Coach Against Cancer game night too. So really Lake Central would like to repeat that, going to sectionals with that conference championship, as Lake Central's always one of the favorites to win sectionals. But you know, if they come and play East Chicago again, East Chicago's going to be ready for them. You already know they're, you got to know East Chicago's mad about this one. They had chance. They had a lot of chances. And I really feel like they were so prepared for this game, but things just didn't go their way. So I really feel like next time they play them, East Chicago's going to come out with a bang.
You know, it's just those mental mistakes and sloppy play that really killed East Chicago here in the second half. But definitely, I think if these two teams were to play again, East Chicago definitely would
but Lake Central knows,
tighten things up.
Now Lake Central knows they know the disadvantages of the East Chicago team. And look at that nice pass to Ladowski. Right there is a great passing right there by the Indians, as Gibson Gibbs, my bad, ran that baseline perfectly. Ladowski found the hole. And Jackson fouls Ladowski. And Lake Central will be going to the line for 2 free throws with 1:01 left in the 4th quarter. And Jackson has 5 now. That's 3 fouls. I mean, 3 players in the starting lineup with 5 fouls each. So 3 players have 15 fouls combined. All those 3 players. We're not even talking about the 2 other ones starting. Here's Ladowski. Free throws up and hits it. 50-32 with 1:01 left.
I feel like Lake Central, they really made East Chicago play at their pace instead of the other way around. I think that's
you're definitely right there. They didn't play East Chicago basketball. They played Lake Central basketball.
East Chicago came out strong and fast, but
as Ladowski gets a 2nd free throw, looks like a platoon swap might be happening for LC, as LC is just going to put all their bench players in, as number 11, Stephanie Diak, Dolsky will be coming in. Gibbs is in there, Jaksic, and Ali Malarski. You got basically the future of Lake Central girls basketball, besides Gibbs, as she's a senior. But you got, looks like 3 sophomores, 1 junior, 1 senior.
Yeah. You know, this Lake Central team does have a lot of seniors.
But they do have youth.
They have a lot of talented young players
yes,
as well.
That's experienced youth, as East Chicago will be heading the line for 2.
I feel like if the sophomores and juniors on this team this year are able to produce the same way next year after all the seniors leave, this team is still in great hands.
And I really feel like Coach Humenthal is preparing them for the moments they'll have to get.
Definitely. These late game situations, even though Lake Central is up by a lot, it gives good experience to these bench players.
Takara Jackson makes that. And Bailey Furman, number 23, and looks like number 42, Aubrey Rouser will be coming in for Lake Central. So now you've got no starters in, and we'll see how this, I mean, I know it's 42 seconds left and you're up by 18, but still, I bet you this bench wants to show something to the fans here.
Looks like there was a violation there. On that.
Another violation, that's 2. Can't just step on the line. I mean, that's just stuff you should have learned when you're little. As travel by Furman.
Yeah, but I mean, that's stuff you learn at the beginning of learning how to play basketball. You know, you don't step on the free throw line.
As with 35 seconds left, and East Chicago's just going to try to put some points on the board. And it's going to be a wrap here at Lake Central High School, as Lake Central's going to win as 2 right there by number 20, Kayla Washington, my bad, as it'll be 51-35 with 20 seconds left. And Lake Central's going to cross the half-court line, hold on to the ball, call the win. As Diak brings the ball up, and Jaksic with the ball, 10 seconds left, just pass the ball around. Diak with the ball. Jaksic goes in the corner to Rouser, 3 seconds.
And
that will be it for us here. 51-35 to Lake Central Indian to extend their win streak to 6 games. Don't forget to come to this same YouTube page so we can show you guys Friday night, Coaches Against Cancer night. Great cause, great game. Lake Central Indians got the Crown Point Bulldogs, our girls game. And don't forget, Saturday night we'll have the boys, Lake Central Indians, as Hammond Morton comes here. As I am Jack Thiel, and with me is my color commentator, Bailey Corbett, and we hope to see you Friday.